Hi guys, and welcome to the Postal Code Unknown podcast for Wednesday, August 2nd of 2017. I've got a shorter episode for you today, but I wanted to introduce you to this little guy. His name is Mawson. That's the name that's sort of given to him, and he is a little penguin, or as he used to be known, a fairy penguin in Australia. So in the sort of southeast Pacific region of the world, there is a rare penguin known now as the little penguin, and previously as the fairy penguins. And they have a parade sort of coming back in from the shore that you can view at a place called Phillip Island. And Phillip Island is about 2 hours southeast of Melbourne in Victoria, so the southeast state of Australia. And this was one of the coolest things that I did sort of setting off. This was our first destination on the road trip that my girlfriend and I did, going around Australia for a couple of months. And Phillip Island was really just, it was a cool thing. It was a good way to sort of get started. At first, we really didn't know how well we were going to do. We rented a camper van, and we weren't sure, okay, well, are we going to fit in here? Is this going to, go crazy? And, like over time, again, it's a very small space to share, but it worked out pretty well. It was a really good way to get around. And with that said, sort of like because she grew up in the area, she had recommended this as one of the things that she really knew that we should definitely go see, just for fond memories of having had them when she was a kid. So we got a chance to sort of go there, and now they basically got a visitor center set up with parking lots and stuff like that. There's a lot of really good walks along the coast on the island itself. And there's quite a bit of space. So they've got several sort of like caravan parks that you can stay in, as well as other accommodation as well. So it's really kind of a neat place, and it was a great place to sort of start our trip off. And I think they're cool. I like penguins. I like animals and those kinds of things. So call me a sucker a little bit for this kind of stuff. But when we saw Mawson, it was definitely sort of like decided that this was going to be our little trip mascot. So he sort of followed us around, survived a rainstorm where he got soaking wet and then dried out. And another thing that they do, basically sort of like, he's got this little sweater, and they've actually got a foundation that supports penguins that have been sort of damaged, or wildlife that have been damaged by oil spills and the like. So that's what these are for, sort of protecting their coats. And let me just find it on the tag here. So if you're looking for something and you wanted to support or help little penguins and stuff like that, I think it's a good cause. And I'll leave a link for this as well, but it's the penguinfoundation.org.au. So that was really cool. And like, you watch these penguins come in, they've got several viewing areas. There's like one main one that's got tiered seats and beach seating if you bring a blanket. If you get there early enough, that's what we did, and I think that's definitely worthwhile because you get a better view of the penguins coming in, even though they're a little bit farther away for their safety. So it's a little small. Otherwise, I'd share some videos that I have that didn't really turn out particularly well. But as the sun sets, these penguins come back in, and they make a little parade, sort of like in little groups, as they return to their little homes. And what was the best part about that whole experience, and I think there's so much sort of anticipation and preparation for this parade, the most interesting thing was watching the penguins walk around and go back to their houses sort of like along the way. There's boardwalks that go back to the visitor center, and you can watch these penguins in their natural habitats. And of course, they're wild penguins, so like, again, you're not supposed to get close, but it is really neat to see them active and not sort of like an enclosed sort of cage or something like that. And it was really cool to sort of see this organized community of penguins interact and, play with each other and do those kinds of things. So, as a trip mascot, Mawson did a pretty good job. So, if you're looking for something to do on a trip to Victoria or Melbourne in Australia, and you wanted to do something interesting, definitely consider taking a look at Phillip Island and the Penguin Parade. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Take care. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more of what I've been doing outside of these videos, you can see more at theradicaldreamer.com, where I've got articles and photographs with travel advice and stories that aren't just in a video format. You can follow me on Twitter at OneRadicalDreamer or on Instagram at ARadicalDreamer if that's something that you're more interested in. If you're interested in supporting me, I do have a Patreon page up as well, which you can find at patreon.com/TheRadicalDreamer. And that's a way for as little as $1 a month you can help support me get better equipment and do more videos of this type and make a whole bunch more cool stuff to share with you in the future. And last but not least, if you like what you've been seeing on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and send a couple comments. I'd be happy to answer more questions in future episodes of the podcast. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Take care.